kapares po sila, talagang mas bagay na bagay talaga. Para sa unang speaker natin, let's all welcome Ma'am Gwendolyn. Siya po ay isang ICT coordinator, Division ICT Core Team member, at Certified Microsoft Innovator. So, to talk about forms, Ma'am Gwendolyn Templado. Ma'am Gwen. Ma'am Gwen?
Yes, Ma'am Juday. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes. Hello, maayong udto, everyone. Can you hear me well? Okay ba?
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes. Okay,
Good
thank you very much.
Good
Okay.
afternoon.
Hello, yes, good afternoon. Okay, so my greetings and salutations to our Colegio San Agustin Bacolod, the President, Reverend Father Andrew P. Batayola, OSA, and we have also the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Hirion A. Cabarles. Yes, and we have Dean of College of Arts and Sciences, Education. We have Ma'am Noeda, Madam Sela. Yes. And we have our the principal, Ma'am Donna Banatikla, to our area heads, instructors, college professors, elementary, junior high, and senior high teachers, subject area coordinators, faculty and staff, my co-trainers, spearheaded by Ms. B and our Division ITO of Lapu-Lapu City, Sir Donald Dungog. Maayong ugto, Bacolod. Maayong ugto, Region 6. Hi.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Mayong usto.
Good
Good afternoon.
Yes. Okay, so let me share to you my screen first. Sorry, I forgot to share my screen. Okay, so okay na po ba yung screen ko, ma'am, sir? Nakikita niyo po ba?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay na po ba, Sir Don?
Yes.
Yes po.
It's really clear.
Nakashare na
Yes. And I am the school ICT coordinator and a member of the division ICT core team. So this afternoon, I will be sharing to you about Microsoft Forms. So one of the new app of Microsoft 365. And I'm very excited to share this to all of you. And I'm sure you will love this platform after this presentation. And I'm sure that. And if may ara kamusang comments, sakto ba kung pagkastorya? If may ara kamusang comments, questions, and clarification, please feel free to post it in the conversation tab here in our classroom. With me are my co-trainers who are on board also to answer your concerns. If paspas man gani ang paghambal ko, please let me know. Okay? And also, you can have your bio break din po. So you can take your snacks and even you can grab your coffee while listening. Can I hear a yes for that?
Yes.
Yes.
I love the spirit. Okay. And to those who can't perform on my activities because you were still not installing an office. Thank you for muting your mic. And again, to those who can perform on my activities because you weren't not installed the Office 365 A1 account, or you were experiencing poor internet connection. So don't worry, you still have plenty of time to do that. You can this is being recorded, or you can subscribe us on our YouTube channel. At your own pace. So our YouTube channel, that is Office 365 webinar series. Again, our YouTube channel, we have Office 365 webinar series. Okay, thank you. And our targets for this session, you will be able to access Microsoft Forms, to know the different types of question of Microsoft Forms, and to create a quiz on Microsoft Forms. Okay, so there are 3 targets only, and I'm sure we can do this together. Okay. And our session flow this afternoon, I will walk you through to my presentation. Then after that, I will do the demonstration on how to do it. And then let's do the hands-on, and then let's work together. Okay. Now, before I will walk you through on the Microsoft Form, so we will have first, I'm sorry. Thank you for muting your mic. So we will have first a quiz. It's a 10-item quiz only. So it's just a sort of pre-test about forms. So here's the link. Okay. You, put in your browser bit.ly/forms pre-test CSAB. Okay, can you do that? Again, let's have a quiz. You can use this link bit.ly/forms pre-test CSAB. Okay, or I will just send it to our conversation tab. Okay, for a while. Oops. I don't know if. Okay, so those who can access the conversation tab, here's the link for our pre-test. So I will invite everyone to please answer the pre-test first. Okay. And to those who can't access, the conversation tab, here's the link bit.ly/forms pretest CSAB. Okay, timer starts now. Can I hear yes, yes, yes?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
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 yes.
yes,
Thank you very much. Again, to those who can access the conversation tab, the link is bit.ly/forms pretest CSAB. So let me see how many responses we received now. Oh, I received 2 responses. Oh, thank you. Very quick. Oh, three responses. Okay, congratulations, Dr. Mark, Ryan, John. Yes, and also Dr. Vincent Solido and Mrs. Donna Banatica. Thank you very much. Yes. So here's our top three. Thank you. So we will wait for the others. We have 6 now. 7. Okay, as you can see here. So in question number 1, all of you got the correct answer. Wow.
I got 8 over 10.
You think you're fine?
I got 8 over 10.
Kung muna papakita yung answers. Okay, so we'll wait for the others. Ooh, 70. Wow, ang bilis. Okay, so here as in my form, in my survey form, I can see here the top 17 who were able to answer the pre-test. We have Mark Ryan Young. I'm sorry if that's correct. Yaong, yes, and Sir Vincent Solidong, Ma'am Donna Pinatikla, Romelyn Treyes, Angeline Lusada. I'm sorry. Yes, congratulations. Ma'am Juday. Hello, Ma'am Juday. How many are we now in our classroom? Po?
Ma'am Gwen. Yes, Ma'am Gwen.
Yes, how many? How many are we? Po?
How many?
classroom.
We are right now 51. Currently in this meeting po, 51.
Thank you, Ma'am Juday. Okay, so I received 20. 20 responses now. Okay, so I think it's we have 47 seconds. Thirty-seven, 36. Yes, still have time. Let us see. Let us see. Oh, so 21, 22 responses. So I received 22 responses. So where are the others? We are 51 in the classroom. Or maybe you're experiencing bad connection. It's all right. Yes, that's all right. Yes, I think it's time already. So let us check now. Okay, so in our pre-test, for question number 1, all of you got the correct answer. Wow. How about a big round of applause? A yes, yes, yes for that.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, so question number 2. Yes. Ooh, you got 17 of you got it wrong, and 5 of you got it correct. Okay, that's all right. This is just a pre-test, and we will have post-test later on. Okay, here in question number 3, wow, only 1 got the wrong answer. Wow. How about question number 4? So 16 of you got it correct and 6 of you got it wrong. Oh, that's all right. Wow. In question number 4, all of you got the correct answer. Very good. Very good. And for question number 5, 1 only got the correct answer. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yes, and yes, I think all of you get the correct answer for question 7 to 10. Yes, congratulations. So again, don't worry, we'll still have a post test later on. Okay, so I will go back to my presentation. Again, congratulations to those who answered the pretest. Congratulations po. Okay, so let's now move on. Okay, so my question is, how do you find the activity that we had? Ma'am and sir, you can unmute your mic and you can answer the question. How do you find the activity?
It's simple.
Simple, wow. What else?
Simple,
Yes.
and also it's very clear and concise on how we answer the questions.
Wow, thank you very much for that, sir. How the others?
It was quite challenging.
Quite challenging. I like that, sir. Yes, what else?
Thank you.
Who else? How do you find the activity? Can I hear from the elementary teachers?
We can also identify how many got the correct answers and how many got wrong.
Yes, yes, that's right, ma'am. We can really identify in real time. Yes. Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Can I hear from the... Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Can I hear from college professors, po? College instructors, professors, or senior high teachers? Nahihiya po, nahihiya po. Okay lang po.
That test was sort of an introduction to what is Microsoft Forms is.
Yes. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you for that answer, ma'am. Okay, so next. Would you prefer using this type of quiz to your students?
No, Mom.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yes? Yes,
Or
yes. Okay, so
Yes.
yes, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so yes, with this platform, you can quickly access your students' progress and get a real-time feedback, which make a more interactive learning experience, right? Can I hear a yes, yes, yes?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
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 Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so thank you for your yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much. Okay, so in the past, data collection is being done manually, and it took time, like to collect and record the data. Then manually entering all this data to the computer, just like what we had with our like assessment or periodical test. In our classroom, we manually type the test questions and then we print it and then give it to our students. And then after that, we will collect and manually typing all their scores into the computer. So for the teachers, it is indeed a tedious process, right? Right? So luckily, Microsoft 365 offers an online quiz and survey creator. So there is a way to improve the efficiency and the accuracy and the pace of collecting information and data. So that is automated data collection with Microsoft Forms as part of our Office 365 bundle. So basically, this Microsoft Form is it's an online, it's a cloud-based, it's a fast and it's an easy way. We create surveys, we can create quizzes, polls, and we can easily view results and interpret them in real time. So with this Microsoft Forms, it will enhance our overall data collection in efficient way. So what is Microsoft Forms? In educational institutions, it can be used to create quizzes, to collect feedback from the teachers. For example, like if you want to know who are done with a certain task, like okay, so who are done with the task, and then you want it to make results quick, real quick, so you can use this platform. And then if you want also to collect feedback from PTA meetings from the parents, yes, you can do that also. And in business organization, Microsoft Forms, it can be used to collect customer feedback of a product or services being offered by them, and also to measure employee satisfaction and also improve the product or business. Yes. And with Microsoft Forms, you can create quiz. Yes, we can create quiz. As an educator, with this, we can quickly assess students' progress and get real-time feedback through the use of quizzes that being designed or and share with your class and focus on topics that is less learned. Yes, and also we can create attendance. So you can also make attendance using this platform. You will receive a real-time feedback, and it because it will show a real timestamps. Yes, and I will show you later on. And then we can create surveys also. We can collect customer feedback, employee satisfaction. Yes, so I have here an example of a survey that we have conducted this day, the training needs analysis. Yes, so I will show you the survey that we have made. So I'm going to show you the results, how it was look like. Okay, I will show you first results. Okay, for a while, for a while. Oops, I think I have a bad connection now. Yeah, but I will show you it later on. Here. Yes. Yes, so with this TNA, oh my God, someone started sharing. Sorry po, ma'am. I will grab the screen po. Yes. So here is the TNA, the responses, your responses here. So see, there's a number in the responses here. That means this is the number of people who have responded so far in this TNA, in this training needs analysis on Office 365 skills for school, for the CSAB. So if we click this one, so we're going to see here the breakdown of how the respondents or how the respondents for the elementary, and 20 junior high, senior high 26. For college, we have 20 responders. And with your TNA, I can see here that in your Office 365 account, like most of you are novice. And with Microsoft Teams, most of you, like I can see here, like 30% of you. Most of you got like beginner. Yes. So at the end of this seminar, we hope that all of these will be turned into white, like a competent, proficient, or expert, or turn into an expert, like turn into blue. Okay, so you can see here, it's only 1% for the expert. Yes, so let us see on the Microsoft Forms, because I'm talking about Microsoft Forms now. Ooh, so like novice 36%, and for the beginner 47%. Okay, so most of you maybe are using Microsoft Forms already. Okay, so and the purpose of this DNA is to get the like, where are we going to start? Yes, yes. So familiar with Microsoft interface. So no, most of you are novice. So that's the example of our survey. Okay, so let's go back now. Okay, so and also we can create polls, not only survey. You can create polls. We can find how, like for example, if you are attending like seminar. Yes, you can make a poll. You can find how attendees react to your presentation or something like that. Yes. And how are we going to access forms in Office 365? So how are we going to access? First thing first. Okay, so this is the first step-by-step process. Okay, step-by-step tutorial. Okay, now for step 1 is you're going to open a browser, like if you're using a Chrome, Explorer, or any browsers will do, and then type it in the address bar, portal.office.com or office.com. Okay, you can do it also while I'm speaking. You can do it. You can open a browser, like you can split your screen. Yes, open a browser and then type portal.office.com, and then sign in using your account, your A1 account. Yes, and then the password. And there you go. So when you signed in, and then when you put your password, your email and your password, so here is now the Office 365 dashboard. So, yes. Now, so, yes, so since we are working with forms, Microsoft Forms, so let us click Forms. Yes, I'll click that, and then you will find it also here. Okay, you will find it in the app launcher. So we call it because it looks like a waffle pan. Yes, the 9 dots here. Yes, you can click that also in accessing the forms. Yes, and also you can click all apps. You can find it clicking also by clicking all apps rather. Since we are working with forms, yes, thank you for muting your mic. So let us click the forms, or if not, we will just search it in the address bar. We will search forms there, and then we will click forms. Yes, when you click forms, here are now the Microsoft Forms dashboard. Okay, so it will welcome you to our Microsoft Form dashboard. Okay. Now, there are actually different ways to create a form or to create a quiz with Microsoft Forms. First, we can create a form in OneDrive. Yes. During yung first day po natin, Sir Glenny talked about OneDrive. Yes. So with that app or with that platform, we can create forms, or we can create Excel directly in OneDrive. We just click New, and then we will click Forms for Excel. Yes. Not only that, we with the talk of with you earlier today with Dr. Robelin with her OneNote, so we can create also a form here. So if we click form, insert, we can just click insert here. Yes, and then we click forms, and then we can select new form. This is if you're going to make a survey, new quiz, if you're going to make questions, or else you can, if you have forms already, or if you have quiz already, you can select existing forms that you created. Okay. Next, not only in OneNote, we can also create form in Excel online. So if you're working with Excel online, you can also create by just clicking insert, then forms, then click new form. Yes. So, but this will be discussed later on of one of our speakers din po. Okay. The next is we can create a form on our classroom in our Teams. Yes. We will create a quiz later on in my demo. Okay. And also, of course, we can create a form from the website itself. Okay. Next is the types of forms. There are two types of forms available on Microsoft Forms. Here, the new form and the new quiz. Form is for survey, and quiz is for making test questions or assessment. Okay, again, I will clarify this because there are features in quiz that are not available on form, and also there are features of form that are not available on quiz. So be sure to select what type are you going to make. Okay, so if you're going to make survey, you just click new form, and if you're going to make a quiz, we will just click new quiz. Okay. Okay, so to get to know more about forms, so let's have the user interface first. So we're gonna take a quick look what is inside the Microsoft Forms dashboard. Okay, here. So under my forms, here, my forms, so we can see here the types of forms if you want to create new ones here. Okay, and then again, new form for the survey, new quiz for making test questions. And also here in my forms, we can view the forms that we created. Okay, so I have created two quiz and a survey. Okay, but in your end, maybe it's still blank. Yes. And also, we can see here the shared with me. So in shared with me, we can access those forms that are shared with us. So you can collaborate on forms with other people or with your co-teachers. And when you share them, so this is where you're going to access those forms here. So I have here an example of a shared with me forms. Sir Don shared with me one of his forms. Yes. Okay. And also the group forms. So if you are working on group, so you can click this one. Yes. If you're using group forms for collaboration. Next is the search bar. So and this here you can search the title of the form, the owner name of the form. So if example you made heaps of quizzes already and then you made heaps of surveys. So for you to see them quickly, you can search them here. Okay. Next is the recycle bin. So in the lower right part, so there's a trash there. It's a small trash bin. So that is the recycle bin. It is where you can see the deleted forms you created. I'm sorry. Thank you for muting your mic. Can you hear me well now?
Yes,
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 ma'am.
yes.
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 Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Am I too fast, ma'am and sir?
Yes, yes.
Am I too
Yes,
fast?
yes.
Am I
No,
too
just
fast?
okay.
No, okay lang.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. So let's continue. So now, so when you deleted your quiz, like if you accidentally deleted your form, so you can restore your deleted files from here. Like if you click the recycle bin, after clicking restore, this one, restore, the forms will go directly to the My Forms. Okay. And now I will show you the step-by-step process on how to create quiz. So with this, you can create quiz with questions that are required to be completed and also to display question hints and even display students' points and feedback. So after they complete a quiz, so which make for a more like interactive learning experience for your students. Okay, so step one is in the Microsoft Form dashboard, we will click new quiz. Okay, because we're going to make quiz, so we will just click new quiz. We will not click the new form because we're not going to make survey. We're going to make quiz, so we will just click new quiz. Step two is enter the title of your quiz. So when you click the new quiz, you will be directed here. So you're going to enter the name of your quiz, and the title name can contain up to 90 characters. Again, the title name of the quiz can contain up to 90 characters. Okay. And you can also enter an optional subtitle for your quiz. Yes, this is just an optional. Okay, so but the description of your quiz can contain up to 1,000 characters. Again, the description can contain up to 1,000 characters. Okay. Now, when you click the button for adding your questions, when you click the plus add new with the green rectangular, yes, you can click the button and you've got choices or a style of questions. Okay, but I will demonstrate that later on. Then you can select a type of question of your choice. And then I will walk you through on that part later in the later part of my presentation. Okay, here. So each type of question has a different menu. For example, in this example, in my presentation, this is for the choice style option. Okay, for the choice style option. Now, for number one, you can copy this one. You can copy You can delete with this trash bin. You can delete the question, and also we can move up and we can move down the question. Yes. For number 2, here you can add the actual question along with the subtitle, like, but the subtitle is optional. Yes. For number 3 here, there this are the suggested options, are the suggested answers for some types of questions. So you can select individual items for its suggestions, or you can add them all. Okay, Microsoft Forms, if you are going to create a question, Microsoft Forms will suggest options. Okay, but not all the time. Okay, it depends on your questions. But you can select those suggested options. You can add them all, or you can make your own suggested option. You can make options rather. Okay, so it is just a suggested options. But for this, like you like multiple choice question, so Microsoft Forms will create, like it will automatically suggest options like yes, no, maybe. But if you don't want it, then you can click ops, like here. You can make your option. Okay, options. For number 4 here, for multiple choices, like you can add or delete choices. So you can mark correct answer here. This one. Like if you put your option here, you can delete it if you don't like it. Like if you want to make another one, you can click this trash bin. And also you can make you can put feedback for that particular option. You can put feedback like, okay, oh, that's a good job, you got it right, like for like that. Or oops, I think it's wrong, like yes, that one. You can add comments, you can add feedback for that particular option. And also you can check the correct answer. There's a check mark there. You can click that one if that is the correct answer. And here in number 5, there's a plus add option. Okay, so you can add many options as possible. Okay, here in number 6, you can enter a number in the points text box to assign a point or a value for a correct answer to the quiz, for the purpose of like calculating a quiz score. Okay. And then for number 7 here, so you can allow multiple answers. So if that question has like have 2 or more answers, you can take this one. Okay, for your students to take as many answers as possible. Yes. Thank you for muting your mic. And then if that question is required for the students to answer, you just take required here. Yes, you will just drag it. Okay. Now, in number 8, for further options available in the ellipsis menu with these 3 dots here, this is the ellipsis menu. Okay, we can add subtitle, so you can also enter a subtitle of your questions. Yes, but it's optional. And also we can do math quiz also. Then I will show you later on how to do it. We can select if we want your choices to be in the drop down list. Okay, so you will click this one also if you want it. And then we can shuffle options. There's a shuffle options here. So if you want to randomly shuffle the order of the options displayed to users or to your students, yes, you can do that also. And also section, this, if you select this one, section or sectioning, like if you're going to organize sections of your questions, like test 1, test 2. Yes, you can do that. And also, we can select the file upload. Yes. So some of your form or your quiz or your test questions may need for your responders to upload or your students to attach files of their answers. So you can add a type of question to your form that allows for file upload. So it could be image, it could be video, yes, and also it could be Word, PowerPoint, Excel file, and others. Okay. So next is the branching rule, the form branching. So this branching is one of the most useful features, and unfortunately, it was hidden in the ellipsis menu. Yes, we can see branching there also. So here, this will allow you to have different questions appear next based on how the user has answered a previous question. Like for example, have you used Microsoft Forms? If they're going to answer yes, so they will go to question number 2. But then if they're going to answer no for that particular question, they're going to answer question number 3. So that is branching rules. So we can do that also in Microsoft Forms. Okay. The best thing here is if you created your form, it will save automatically. Again, so this form, if we create quiz or a certain survey, so it will automatically save it or automatically save while we create it. Okay, that's the word. Now, after that, we can preview our quiz or our survey. So when you've done creating your quiz, so you can easily preview it and see exactly what the user will see. Yes. Okay. So you will be able to preview what the form looks like on computer, and also we can you will able to see or to preview what the form looks like on mobile too. Okay. Now, if you want the form to have a bit of visual pop, like if you're thinking of about form design, so the background design and colors, so you can use theme. So you can select a theme of your choice. So there's available theme in Microsoft Forms, and also if you want a customized or personalized theme, you can do that also here. So here you can select a couple of preset themes. Here there are preset themes here you can select, but if you want to have a customized or personalized themes, you can click the plus icon here if you want to select. So it depends on your theme of your quiz. It depends on the theme of your quiz or your survey. Next is more options. So click more options to set important settings. Okay, like here for option for quiz in number 1, for quizzes, you can choose to show the results automatically to respondents after submission. So the responders will see the results and correct answers immediately after submitting the quiz. So earlier, di ba po, nag-quiz tayo, nag-pre-test tayo, di ba, nakita nyo po yung mga answers nyo, yung mga scores nyo po, yung results. Yes, you can do that if you take this one, if they're going to show results automatically for your students. Yes. For number 2, like forms and quizzes can either be public or private to an organization. So when shared within an organization, you can choose to record and respondent's name and limit users to one submission only. So you can fill out the form. You can select here if anyone with the link can respond, or only people in my organization can respond. Okay. For number 3, there are options here to open or close the form to accepting responses. So you can set a start and end date for accepting responses. Yes, if you click that one, accept responses, and then you can click start date, and we can click also the end date. And also we can shuffle questions. So we can shuffle the order in which the questions appear. And also we can add a customized thank you message. So if we will click that one, so it will appear. So after the submission, there's a thank you message. In number 4 here, the notification. So you can set a notification options to send email notifications to each user or to yourself when like a new response is received. You can set that one also. Yes, if you click this, send email receive to respond, get email notifications for each response. Okay. So now the whole point of creating a form or quiz is to collect information from the user, is to collect the scores of our students. So after creating a form or a quiz, so we need, we're going to share it to user audience. So share your quiz to your user audience. So this can be done by clicking share tab. So if you click the share tab, so essentially you have here the ability to copy and share it to your respondents. So you can select like only in my organization, only people in my organization can respond. We will click the copy and then we will paste it like in the messenger or here in our conversation tab. Okay. Or you can select also anyone where the link can respond. And then we will just click copy and then send it to your user audience. Okay. Here in number 1, so you can choose here to make a form available for the people in your organization or only for anyone with the link can respond. In number 2, you can copy the link here. Yes, you can copy. Not only that, in number 3, by sharing the quiz, it can be done via link here with this one, via QR code. We can use QR code with this, and then we can use embedded HTML, and also we can share it through email. So it depends on you what are you going to select for sharing. Okay, for number 4, you can share a copy of your form like as a template via a link, so others can modify, or a like a template that that can modify it for their own use. Yes, and also we can select also here to share to collaborate. So here there's a link here you can copy, like if you want to collaborate, yes, with your co-teachers. So with this it can be copied and shared with anyone you want to give access to your forms. Okay, now here, so we're done with the share tab. Here you can view responses. If you click this one, the responses tab, see who responded, how they responded, and even understand those responses. So you will see also here the number of responses, how long it took for them to complete the quiz or the survey. So you can see also the status of the quiz you made. So Microsoft Forms also comes included with rich in real-time analytics that provides summary of information for us educators, as well as the results for individual students. Okay, so you can view the results here to see individual details. for each responder, such as time it took them to complete the form. Here, you can click this view results. And if you want to easily view all the response data for your form, in like if you click this open in Excel, you can select this one for additional analysis or grading. And then if you want to focus on a single question, you can click this more details, this one here. You can click that one to see the name of each responder and his or her answers for each question. Yes. Okay. Next is in the responses also, in the responses tab, you can see here also graphs like this to show results. Yes. And also we can see a pie graph here. So next, step 11 is we're going to download the results. So you can export the quiz results to Microsoft Excel for more in-depth analysis, okay, for grading. So when you click that one, when you click the open in Excel, it will prompt you here. So if you want to open it or save it or cancel it, the file. So since I will save that one, yes, here is now the Excel file of your results. So you can view now an editable spreadsheet of your form responses. So as you can see, there's a start time, the completion time. So it shows the timestamps, yes, and the total points they got here, and the names, yes. You can see that in your spreadsheet. The type of question in Microsoft Forms. So here it is now. Okay, there are 7 types of questions available. Again, there are 7 types of questions available. So each has a different options. Okay, so I will demonstrate this one by one later on. Okay, for choice option here, number 1, for the choice option, it will allows you to define a list of possible answers for the user to select one or more answers from. For the text option, it will allows you to create like a long or a short answer text questions. Okay. For the rating here in number 3, it will allows you to create questions with a star or with number rating between 2 to 10. Yes. For the date option, it will allows the user or your students to select a date from a calendar, like to answer the question. If you click this ellipsis, you can see for like types of question, ranking option or ranking questions, it will allow user to like to drag and drop items to answer questions like order of preference, yes, or like pagsunod-sunurin mga pangyayari na mga question po. Yes, pwede rin po ito. And then sa Likert option po allows you to agree or disagree type of question. But this is more on survey. This Likert and this Net Promoter Score, this is more on survey. Okay. And for the Net Promoter Score, it will allows you to create questions like how likely are you to recommend product to a certain friend or to your colleagues. So that utilize a Net Promoter style grading. Yes. So again, this Likert and Net Promoter Score. So this is more on survey. Okay. Next is if you have questions about forms and a step-by-step tutorial, yes, and all of those skills that I have been sharing to you about forms, so you can find that at the help section or the help tab. So here, beside my profile, there's a question mark here You can click that one for help. Yes. So here's the steps on making quiz on MS Forms on the web. So you can screenshot this one, okay, for you to follow the steps on how to make quiz on MS Forms on the web. Okay, so I will give you 1 minute to do that, or 30 seconds. Can I hear a yes, yes, yes?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
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 yes.
Yes, yes,
Yay! Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I think you're done. And now here's the steps on making quiz on MS Teams. So we're going to make quiz on MS Teams inside the classroom, inside your classroom, virtual classroom. And don't worry, my presentation is being uploaded in the presentation channel, so you can get a copy of my PDF file. Okay. So I think it's all. Yes. So demo time. Okay, demo tayo. Wow, ang bilis. Okay. Ang bilis ko po ba? Okay. Here it is now. So demo time tayo po. Okay. Wait first. Okay. Here. So first is I'm going to, I have bad network quality as of this moment. So is it okay if I'm going to close my, turn off my camera? Okay lang po ba? I hope okay lang. Okay, so now I will go to portal.office.com. I will enter this one. Yes. Whoops. Yes. Wait. Okay, so since I signed it already, So here's the dashboard of my Microsoft 365. So since we are going to make quiz, so we will click forms. So you can do that also. To those who have their A1 account, you can do that. While I'm doing this, you can do that also. Okay? Okay lang po ba? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so next, so I will click forms. Salamat po. Yes. I will click forms. So here now is the dashboard of Microsoft Forms. So, ngayon, we're going to make quiz. So, alin po dito yung pipiliin ko? Alin dito sa dalawa?
A new quiz.
Alin po dito yung quiz? Yes, very good po, sir. Salamat po. Thank you po. Okay. So, now, I'm going to play a role of a math teacher here. So, I'm going to teach about addition. So, here, we're going to put a title like Math 2 Quiz. So, and then I can add a description in the subtitle, like we put addition. Make a math quiz, addition, a math 2 quiz, grade 2. So this is just an example, okay? And by the way, you can add image here. If you want to add image of the title of your quiz, you can add by just like math. Okay. You can add image. Oops. Yes, with this one, I think. Here, how about this one? Okay. You can add image. Yes. So I have here the title. The title is Math 2 with, yes, with the image. And then, yes. But this is just an example. So the next thing we're going to do is adding a question. So in this demo, we're going to use each type of question for you to see how the 7 types of question being used. So as you can see here, if I'm going to click that one, there are several choices for the types of questions. So let's start with the choice option. So with this option, and again, it will allow us to define the list of possible answers for your students to select one or more answers. So with this one, we will we will type, please complete this, complete the equation. So now, so we're going to do, since this is a math quiz, we're going to do a math question. So I will show you the extra abilities that it has for math. So we will come down in the lower right here with the ellipsis. Yes. Okay. And we will click math. Yes, we'll click math. And there you go. Yes. It will give us an extra bar where it says enter your equation or enter an equation. Since my question here, please complete the equation. Not a question. Yes. Oops. Yes. Now, so when I click enter an equation, so it will give me a mathematical functions and a calculator. Yes. So if you want to make a subscript, if you want to make a fraction, you can do that here. You can put exponent, roots, square root, and many more. So since this is grade 2, so we'll make it simple. So 3 plus 4, like 3 plus 4 equals, yes. And then I will click OK. Now, look, still loading. Oops. Yes. Now here. So as you can see, Microsoft Forms suggested results, suggested options here. So the Microsoft Form suggested the correct answer. Okay. So I'll just, okay. Now, I don't want that the correct answer will be on the top. Okay. I will just put this one in the second or in the third. I will just drag it. Okay. So since this is the correct answer now, so I will click this. Okay, Microsoft Forms, the correct answer is 7. Now, like I will change this option into 12. Okay. And I will put feedback here, like, oops, you multiplied instead adding it. Like if the students select this option, they will get notified with message. They will get notified with this feedback, like, oops, you multiplied instead of adding it. Okay, and then I will put correct answer with good job. Okay, you can do that too. Okay. Di ba ang dali lang? Can I hear? Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Di ba napaka-amazing? Okay, now so we will, yeah, so now we will put points. So I will put like 1 point for this particular question. Since this is not a multiple answer, I will not take that one. And I will take this required, okay, for the student to answer it. Okay. So if you want to copy this question, you can click this one. But if you want to delete, you can click this trash bin. And if you want to move this up, or if you want to move this down, you can do that by clicking this arrows. Now next, let's go to text option. Okay, with this text option, it will allow you to create a long or short answer text question. So for example, like, what is it called when you get the sum of two numbers? And okay, so you are going to add the answer here. Like the correct answer is addition. Something like that. This is just a sort of an example. Then I will give point. Yes, 1 point. This is, since this is not a long answer, I will not take that one because this is a word. But if you want to delete your question, your answer, you can click this trash bin for you to delete and then make another one or the correct answer. So since this is not the long answer, so I will not tick that one, and then we will take required. Okay, next question for the rating. Okay, for the rating, again, it will allow us to create questions with a star or a number rating. Like for example, how will you rate your teacher? This is just an example, okay? So how will you rate your teacher? Since the question is about a teacher, I will put my image here. My image here. So here's my picture, and I will click open, and here. I hope you can see. I hope you can see my screen very well. Okay. Yes. Okay, so you can add photo of your question. So here's the photo. You can edit and then you can delete if you don't want you're going to put your picture, so you can delete. So I want a levels of like 10 stars. 10 stars for that. Or you can select symbol, stars or number. So since that question, like it looks good if we're going to use star. Yes, for your students to select how many stars, how are we going to rate you as a teacher. So for that question, I will give 5 points for that, and then I will take required. Okay. The next question will be the date. Yes, like what date of state of the. Yes, then they will put the date here, so it will allow the students to select a date from a calendar to answer a question. So if I'm going to preview that one, I will make it bigger. If I'm going to preview that one here for question number 4, so there's a date option here, so they will just input the date format, month, date, and they will just click the calendar here. Yes, and then they will just select the date. Yes, so let's go back. So let's go to question number 5. So we'll use the ranking. Okay, so the ranking, it will allow you drag to answer questions like parents. So in here, for example, steps on addition with regrouping, something like that. And then I will put a subtitle here like remember top to bottom or right to left. Yes, a regrouping. I'm sorry. Luckily, I have a Grammarly. Grouping. Steps. Grouping. Okay. Now, here, so reminders. So when you're going to use this ranking question, reminders that you are going to set options in a correct order. Okay. Again, you're going to set the options in a correct order. But don't worry, when you share this quiz, the options will appear in random order. Okay. Okay. I will show that one later on. Okay. So step 1 will be add the ones. Step 2, add details. Step 3, add the hundreds. Hundreds. Yes. Okay. Now we will show how it looks like. How will it look like here? Yes, here. For question number 5, the steps in addition here. So this is in the random order. So for them to answer, is they're going to drag, drop here, or if they can use the arrow, the move option, arrow down and the arrow up. Yes. Okay. So let's move on to the next is the Likert. Yes, the Likert option. So it is used to like gauge attitude and opinions about a topic. So it allows you to create like agree and a disagree scale type of questions. For this question, like we will put in a subtitle like 5, but would be always. 4, that would be sometimes. It's an example, okay? So 3, rarely, and 2 would be sorry. So 4, often, yes, and then 3 sometimes will be rarely, and 1 is never. Okay. And I will put a statement here. I will put a statement like, oops. Here. So save automatically. So I will put statement here like I made myself prepared for math lesson. Yeah. Okay, this is just a statement, okay? And then I will put 5, 4, 3, 2, yes. So if we're going to preview that particular Likert question, sorry, this is how it looks like. Okay, you can preview a computer. You can preview it also using mobile. In the mobile, rather. Here's the Likert option, like make myself prepared for lesson. So if they're going to select that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And the last option is the last type of question is I'm going to recommend face mask, our face mask to a friend, and then I will put picture or image like I will search face mask here. Face mask here, this one. I will add this and then here. So your responders will be able to like select numbers here. Yes, select numbers here. This is not all likely and extremely likely if they're going to give a 10. Okay, so my question is, how likely are you to recommend our face master or friend or colleague? So I have a picture. Okay, now I'm going to share to you now the quiz. So I will select anyone with the link can respond, and I will just click this copy. Yes, and I will paste it in our conversation tab. Okay, so please, to those who can access, again, to those who can access the conversation tab, please answer the quiz. So let us see the responses we got from your answers. Okay, again, to those who can access the conversation, or you can copy this one and send it to your friends. You can send it to Messenger. Yes, you can send it. Can I hear a yes, yes, yes? Did you see the link that I've added? Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, yes, yes.
So thank you. Yes. So thank you very much. And then I will encourage everyone to please answer the quiz first. Thank you very much. So let us see. Okay po. So let us see sino pong naka-answer na po sa ating math 2 quiz. Oh, I've got 1. Yay! Yes. Wow. Yes, I forgot pala to put a name. Yeah. That's all right. Hindi ko pala makikita dito yung names, yung unang nakasubmit. Pero that's all right. Yes, thank you very much. 1, 2. Yes. Okay, now. Ngayon naman, okay, so salamat po sa nag-answer ng quiz po. So ngayon naman ay kayo naman po, kung sino po dito ang pwedeng makashare, like they're going to make a quiz, like a 5-item quiz, and it's just of like a demo. Okay. And gusto ma-share para sa kanilang paggawa ng quiz sa Microsoft Forms. Anyone po? You can see my screen now po. I think walang gustong mag-share ng screen. Can I have Mr. Vincent? Sir Vincent, is it okay po ba na kayo mag-share on how to do the Microsoft Forms?
Ma'am, I'm having a problem with my internet right now.
Sige, okay lang po. Okay lang po.
Medyo ano
So,
po.
how about the other? Oo nga, ako nga din dito. So, yes. May gusto po bang mag-share? Kahit ano lang po, kahit 3 questions lang. Or can you screenshot na lang po? If hindi niyo gusto mag-share ng screen, kindly screenshot your work and then post it in the conversation tab. to those who can access the conversation tab. Okay. So since I don't have like enough time, so I will now continue. So okay lang po. I know sometimes we're experiencing a bad connection. Yes, that's all right. So I will share now the limitations and specifications for Microsoft Forms. So with Microsoft Forms, we can create up to 200 single forms, limited to 100 questions per single form, and a single form can receive up to 50,000 responses. In a choice question, store only 60 options. 4,000 character maximum on textual responses, and in ranking question, you can only have between 2 and 10 options per response. And the Likert scales are limited to 20 questions. The Likert doesn't count as one. It counts as one per statement in the Likert. Okay. Yes. Now, so, activity time na po tayo. Kaso, hindi kayo makapag-activity because mahina yung signal at mostly siguro hindi pa nakapag-install ng A1. Am I right?
Yes.
Most of you? Yes, yes. Okay po. Okay po. Naiintindihan ko po. Okay, so that's all right po. So, I will do the demo na lang po. Yes, that's all right, mom. That's all right. So now I will do the demo on how to, like, just a quick demo on how to make a quiz on our classroom, here in our classroom, inside the classroom, rather. Okay, now when I click Teams here, in this classroom, the Colegio San virtual class. Is it clear voice ko? Kasi I have a bad connection po. So, okay. Can I hear a yes, yes, yes?
Yes, yes,
yes.
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 Yes, yes. Salamat po. Okay, so when I click this general channel, so I will select assignments. So this is now how are you going to make quiz inside the Teams or inside your virtual classroom. So when I click assignment, yes, I think na i-share na po ito ni Sir Don on our first day, but I will just repeat this one. So I will click create. I will click quiz. So don't worry. I have my presentation there. You can use that one. Okay, since I already made a quiz, it's a Math 2 quiz. I will just choose an existing quiz. Okay, I will click Math 2 quiz and then click next. Yes, it's loading now. Okay, that's right. So I will just give instructions here. I will just give instructions like read the questions. Answer. Okay, like that. And then it shows here that it's a 27 points possible they get. Yes, then I will assign to Colegio San Agustin virtual class, my team here, and I will set the date. So I will set this date until like on Friday, July 10, and I will set date, time, like, okay, it's that right. So it's 11:59 p.m. Yeah, that's all right. Then I will click now assign. Okay, when I click that one, so I have my Math 2 quiz already. So here, your students will now get notified your assignment. Yes, then when they click them, yes, when they click them, so here they will now answer your quiz inside your classroom. Okay, so that's the best thing in Microsoft Forms and in Microsoft Teams. Okay, so now let's do a post test now. Okay, so I will encourage everyone to participate. Okay, you can put this link in your browser bit.ly/forms post test CSAB. So let us check. Let us check if you are like if you have learned something. So let us check. If you learned something from my presentation, so kindly type it into your browser bit.ly/forms post test CSAB. Okay, can you do that, ma'am, answer?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, salamat po. Maraming salamat. Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you for that quick response and your yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much. Okay, so let us see. Sino na po yung nag-answer sa ating post test? Okay. Wala pang responses. So again, I will show you again the link rather. That's bit.ly/forms post test CSAB. Sige po. Mga 2 minutes lang po because I think it's already time. That's all right. I will give you 2 minutes for the post test. So let us see if you have learned something from my presentation. So ating i-compare yung pre-test at saka yung post-test ninyo. I'm sure 100% na po to. Kasi sa pre-test pa lang, naka-perfect na po kayong lahat. Yes, salamat Ma'am Judeline. Maraming salamat Ma'am Judeline for posting the link. Okay. So, I think wala pa ding responses. So, okay lang po. Yes. Ayan, may 5 responders na. Well, thank you very much. Yes. So, with this top 5, so I will give a free load. Yes po. For Vincent, yes, congratulations, Sir Vincent. KLGD. Yung top 5 lang po top 5. Vincent Solidom, KLGD. You can message me your numbers later on. Faye Noreen Gula, JD Benjamin, and Sir Mark Brian Yaong. Yes, congratulations po. I will just print screen this one. Send this. Thank you po. So let us see your answers po
Thank you, ma'am.
Wow. All of you got the correct answer. Yes. Very nice. Uy. Wow. So this means that you really learned something from my presentation. Congratulations po sa inyong lahat. So I will now send the congratulations po, Sir Vincent. It's top the 1 to 5. Yes, the top 5 lang po Nananalo naman ako. Thank you, Shopee. Yes po. Thank you, Shopee. Hi, Sir JD Benjamin. Okay, congratulations po sa top 5. Yes, congrats. Okay, so let's continue because it's time already. Yes, okay. At last, so thank you very much for participating on our post test. So I can see it in your responses that you have learned something from my presentation. So now, if you want to post something on our social media with this in this webinar, you can use the hashtag quiz made easy and MS forms. Okay, because you can create in a minute, you can share it to anyone, and then you can see the real time results. Okay, before I will end my presentation, I will leave this message to all of you and to all of us. Life has a way of testing us, just like what we are experiencing right now with this pandemic. Every day is a new quiz, and every morning that we wake up is a proof that we've passed. I know God will never leave us. This too shall pass. So thank you for your listening and for your active participation. Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you
Maraming
po.
salamat
Lady
po.
Maricel
And the
Salman.
ladies and
Congrats,
gentlemen. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Gwendolyn Templado, for that informative talk on creating a new quiz and a new form. Thank you so much for that tremendous presentation. Okay. Ang kapares po, sabi ko na kanina, pares, bagay. Ang kapares po ni Forms ay ang excellent spreadsheet program ng Microsoft. Our next speaker, share. Our next speaker is actually our team's Lodi ng Bayan. Okay, siya po ang aming Lodi ng Bayan. He is the ICT coordinator of Maricondo National High School, one of the Division ICT core team member, and a certified Microsoft Innovative Educator. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk about Excel, the new features and nice tools about Excel, let us all welcome Sir Fritz Marata. Sir Fritz! Yes, Sir Fritz. Hello, sir. Sir Fritz? I think Sir Fritz is here. Hello. Okay. Go, Sir Fritz. Sir Fritz, naka-mute po kayo.
Go, Sir Fritz. Unmute your microphone.
Sir Fritz. Hello, Sir Fritz. While waiting for Sir Fritz, Ma'am Donna, meron pa ba tayong mga instructions or announcement po para sa mga participants po natin?
Hello po.
Yes po, sige po.
Miss medyo maulan po sa Bacolod. Sa yung iba po parang yung wifi nila bumabagal kasi maulan. Pero while waiting po kay Sir Fritz, again po, thank you po sa Microsoft team for everything, especially for the training now. Miss Gwen, thank you very much. Siguro by tomorrow, it's the last day of our Microsoft training. So I hope our teachers will get the most of it para magamit din natin sa ating online teaching. May difficulty po yung ibang teachers natin kasi grabe ang ulan. So yung medyo, pero don't worry po, this is recorded and I think sa YouTube ay pwede nating balikan para ma-review natin yung ating mga notes and yung ating mga activity. It will be available sa link na binigay ko nung umaga sa YouTube.
Thank you so much po, Ma'am Donna. I think Sir Fritz is ready. Sir Fritz. Hello,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yes. Go, Sir Fritz.
Sorry for the technical problem a while ago. So, good afternoon, everyone. My respect to our Colegio San Agustin Bacolod President, Reverend Father Andrew P. Batayola, OSA, Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Hirion A. Cabarles. We also have Dean of College of Arts, Sciences, and Education, Mrs. or Miss Noida Madam Isela. Principal, Miss Donna Banatikla. My fellow trainers, headed by our Division ITO, Sir Donald Dungog, and teachers, ladies and gentlemen, pleasant afternoon to each and everyone. Before I will formally start, I have few reminders to reiterate, so let me share my screen first. Okay, so reminders, mute and unmute rule. So you know that already. And to download my PDF file, if you have poor internet connection, you can just follow through my PDF file at the presentations channel in our virtual class with the file name MS Excel 365-Bacolod. And then for the flow of this session, the same as with the other previous sessions, we will start with a walkthrough for the premium account or the A3 account. And we will compare that with a free account through the alternative ways for us to cope up with the features that are only available in premium account. Next is an activity for 5 minutes, and you can also include your CR break for those who are already done with their participation and while waiting for the others to participate. And lastly, we will have Q&A, and you can do this by using raise your hand button. Okay, so I will just check those participants who have raised their hands for them to be entertained with their questions. And lastly, you can use the hashtag #WeExcelAs1 if you want to document this session and post this through social media. So you can use the hashtag again, #WeExcelAs1. Now, again, I am Fritz Marata from the DepEd Lapu-Lapu City, and I have attended the regional training on Microsoft Office 365 for senior high school last May 21 to 23, 2019 at Bay Hotel, Cebu, and also the capacity building cum training of trainers of Region 7 ITOs and Division ICT core team on Microsoft Office 365 last January 13 and 14 of this year at the DepEd Ecotech Cebu, or Lahu. Together with Sir Don and Ma'am Judilyn, we also had Ma'am Rubes as our resource speaker back then. And the training aimed to ensure that the Microsoft Office 365, or what we call now as Microsoft 365, will be fully utilized by teaching and non-teaching forces. And so, we, the participants, were expected to cascade the training. So the reason why it is my great honor to be one of the speakers for this teachers training on online teaching, primarily using Microsoft Office 365. Okay, now I am tasked to introduce some of the new features of Excel 365. And to do this, let us be guided by the following objectives. First, we have to describe Excel as a useful application. Next, recognize basic parts of the Excel screen as a review. Third, to introduce new features of Microsoft Excel 365. And lastly, analyze data using Excel and forms in Teams. Okay, so those are the 4 objectives for this session. So to start, now basically, Excel is a software program that allows users to organize, format, and calculate data with formulas using a spreadsheet system. In our profession, it is it is very useful in computing grades, getting MPS of exams, BMI of students, percentage of correct responses, consolidations, and so on. So almost all of our reports are made from Excel as long as it involves computations, right? So, but with Office 365, now Excel has improved into a web-based version of the traditional suite of enterprise grade productivity application, meaning we can now share our spreadsheets online or in the cloud by the help of OneDrive and SharePoint to collaborate with our colleagues. So we can invite them to edit the same file in real time, just like what we did with Sir Glennie's session and other previous sessions with co-authoring or collaboration. Now, this is the logo evolution of Excel. It is very important for us to familiarize the different logos, especially the new ones, so that we can check if we have installed the latest versions. If we can purchase premium account. Okay, so you have to check if the logo is like this with Excel 2019 or Excel 365 because they have the same logos. Okay, and then next you have here a quick review. So much for the logo evolution. Now let us have a quick review on the basic parts of Excel screen, because this will help us be refreshed on where specific functions are located. So first we have the Excel, quick access toolbar at the upper left. And this contains commonly used Excel commands like autosave, if it is connected to your OneDrive. And then we also have the icon save, undo, redo, and so on. Now we also have another part, what we call as tabs. And under tabs, under each tab, are buttons. Okay, so these tabs and buttons bring our favorite commands into the open by showing multiple commands grouped in specific categories. Say, for example, for the home tab, we have clipboard. We have the groups of clipboard, font, alignment, number, styles, cells, editing, ideas. So by the way, I am showing to you the basic parts of an Excel, which is the desktop application, because the one in the web app is a simplified one. Okay. To proceed, we will have the next part, the formula bar. And when you say a formula bar, it is a toolbar at the top of the spreadsheet. So this is the spreadsheet, and at the top of it is the formula bar that we can use to enter or copy an existing formula in. Is the column headings, and these are a row of letters used to identify each column with the sheet. So we have column headings. Next are the row headings, and they are the column of numbers. If column headings are um, by letters, so row headings are by numbers, and they are used to identify each row within the sheet. Next part is cell selector, and from the word itself, it is used to select a cell. Another part is at the bottom left, we have the sheet tab, and a sheet tab is used to display the worksheet that we are currently editing. So say, for example, we are currently editing sheet 1. Okay, so we can also add sheets there, additional sheets. You can have sheet 2, sheet 3, and so on. So those are sheet tabs. Next part is the status bar, and this displays various information about an Excel worksheet. Okay, like statuses of processes that we have that we are currently doing in our worksheet. And lastly, we have the document views and zoom control. So from the word itself, document views, we can opt to view the document or the workbook in different ways. While zoom control, we can zoom in and out the worksheet. Okay, so those are the basic parts of an Excel or an Excel screen. So much for the basic parts. Let us now appreciate how powerful an Excel 365 is by introducing its new features, namely co-authoring, pivot table, pivot chart, and slicers. And later, after introducing these 4 features, I will also be adding 2 other features that you can explore by yourselves, like speak cells. I think others are already familiar with speak cells. And we also have data from picture. So we can use our smartphones in converting hard copies into soft copies through Excel. Okay, isn't that exciting? Can I have a yes, yes, yes?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
I guess you're excited. So are you familiar with these
Yes.
features already?
Yeah.
Are you already familiar with these features that I have mentioned?
No,
Can
no,
I have a no,
no.
no, no? Yes, no,
Not
no, no.
all.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, not all. So thank you. So that my presentation will be um, a useful one for you. Yeah. Okay, so to start, we will have the first feature, which is already very familiar with other or with the previous sessions. We have co-authoring, and with co-authoring, you and your colleagues can open and work on the same Excel workbook. So when you co-author, you can see each other's changes quickly in a matter of seconds. So it is in real time. So for this activity, for us to apply co-authoring with Excel, now we are going to create an Excel workbook for co-authoring. And we will do this inside Teams, meaning inside our virtual classroom. Okay, so this activity is comprised of 11 steps. So I hope you will bear with me as I walk you through the steps. And to start with how to create an Excel workbook for co-authoring. Now, first step, so we are, if you may notice, we are in our Teams. In my case, I have created my virtual classroom for the subject MIL, or Media and Information Literacy. So since I am handling MIL in our school, so I have here MNHS-SHS MIL class as my virtual classroom. And for me to create an Excel workbook, so I am here in my only one channel, which is general. And at the top, we have tabs like posts, files, class notebook, assignments, grades, and the plus sign for adding tabs. So the first step is to go to Files tab. So that's in the second one. Once you click Files tab, now functions under Files tab will appear. And for the second step, you have to click New. And that is the first button there under Files tab with the plus sign. Okay, so you click New, this one here. And when you click New, now drop-down list will appear for you to select Excel workbook as the third step. Okay, so uh, under this drop-down list are folder. So meaning you can add folder, Word document, Excel workbook, PowerPoint, OneNote, forms for Excel. But since our topic is about Excel, so you will select Excel workbook. Okay, for the third step. Next is, so once we once we have selected Excel workbook, now the screen will darken for you to focus only on the dialog box and to perform the fourth step, and that is to type the name of your workbook. Okay, so in this part here of the dialog box, you are going to type the name of your workbook. And for my example, I have typed in emotion check. Okay, and after typing the name of the workbook, the fifth step is to click create. As simple as that. So click create to create your workbook. So once you have clicked create, you will be directed to your workbook that you have created. So at the uh, top left, you have there the name of your workbook, which is emotion check. Okay, and this is your workbook, your specific worksheet, which is sheet 1. And you may notice, we are still inside Teams. If you observe at the left side, there is still our navigation pane for Teams. So we are actually creating a workbook. We are using an Excel application inside Teams. Okay, so that is for the sixth step. Now, seventh step, since we have already created an Excel workbook, the sixth step is to close this application. Okay? Why do we have to close this application? Because we want our students to easily access our workbook for co-authoring or for them to collaborate. Okay? So to make this easily accessed by our students, we have to close this first. Okay? So at the upper right, we have the button or close. If you are going to magnify that, there it is. You have to click close, and once you click close, so you have here the list of the files that you have created under general channel. So you already have here emotion check, the ones that we have created a while ago. Okay. Next is the seventh step. So after closing the application, you will click plus sign. And where is plus sign? That is at the top. Okay. So at the last part of the tabs. So you have their tabs from posts to grades and the plus sign. So this is used to add tab or another tab. So click that, and another dialog box will appear for you to select your application that you want to add as a tab. Now, since we want our Excel application to be added as tab, so you will select Excel, and that is the second application in the selections. Okay, so you have to select Excel, and after selecting Excel, a dialog box will appear for us to type a tab name. Okay, so type a tab name. So you will type your tab here, emotion check as an example, and number 10, and select your workbook. So automatically, Teams will detect that we have created. It will be listed here. Okay, so that is under general channel, we have class materials, and the one that we have created, emotion check, we will select that. And for the last step, we will click save. Okay, so once you click save, automatically our emotion check tab will appear or will be visible next to the other tabs. So next to grades, you already have their emotion check as another additional tab. Okay, so that's it. Your students can now access the Excel application or the workbook that you have created easily by going to the tab that we have created. Once they click that, so the workbook will appear at the bottom part. Okay, so that is how to create an Excel tab. So Excel tab is already created, and it is now ready for co-authoring or collaboration with your students or the members of your team. Okay, so that's it. We will have the demonstration on how to create a workbook under Teams. Can you hear my background noise? Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a
Yes.
sound.
Yes, sir.
The music.
Can we have first a CR break, because I'm going to go out to um, check my neighbor. Is that okay? Just a second.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Have a CR break first. Thank you.
No po. So while waiting, we can have our CR break. Or if you want to have some water, drink water, pwede po kayong uminom. Tapos kumain at pumunta sa CR. Kung may mga tanong po kayo, pwede po kayong mag-raise ng inyong mga hands. Or pwede nyo i-chat sa conversations natin kung may mga tanong kayo. Okay, Sir Fritz.
Yes, I'm
Welcome
back.
back.
Sorry for the interruption. May nagdi-disco kasi sa neighborhood. Okay, so
Yes,
shall we
yes.
continue? Yes, thank you. So we are now in the demonstration time. So you will have to split the screen first. And then we will choose our Teams application. Okay, so this time you will have the first step, which is in our channel, in a channel of your team. Let's say our team, Colegio San Agustin Bacolod virtual class. You will go to general so that you will easily access the tab that I am going to add later. And then under general to files tab at the top, okay? And then under this, you can get your files. Why? Because of bad network. Wait. So under files tab, by the way, I can do this because I can do I can add tabs in my teams, in this virtual classroom, because my status is an owner. Okay, I am one of the owner of this virtual class, so I can add tabs. Okay, at the top. But if you are a member, your status is a member of this team, so you cannot add tabs. Okay, so you can do this steps using your created teams. Okay, so you can do that with your own team. So I am here now. I have already clicked Files tab, and under Files tab, I am going to click New, and a drop-down list will appear for me to select Excel workbook as the third step. Okay, so once I select Excel workbook, so a dialog box is here for me to type the name of my workbook. So I will use the same example. I will say motion check. And then for the fifth step, click create. And there, the Excel application and inside Teams is opening. There. And for the sixth step, I am going to close this application for me to add a tab. Okay, for this application. So I will close this. In there, automatically it is visible in the list of files that are created inside general channel. And for the seventh step, to make it visible, I am going to add a tab, okay, by clicking the plus sign at the top. So you have here a plus sign to add a tab, and dialog box, you are going to select Excel application. Okay, for the ninth step, I am going to type the tab name. So the default there is Excel, but we are going to customize that with a motion check. After typing the tab name, For the 10th step, I am going to select my created workbook. So that is the emotion check. And for the last step, click save. Okay, so you will just have to wait for the workbook or for the tab to be added there. So emotion check is already there at the top for the members or your students to easily access the workbook that they are going to use for collaboration. Okay, so for this activity, for you to apply co-authoring with Excel application, now I am going to let you work on this application by giving your name for the first column. Write your name, and then next is your address. Lastly, since this is emotion check, I want you to answer the question, how are you feeling right now? So you will just adjust the columns for you to have more space. Okay, there. And make this bold and grow font to emphasize. Okay, now that I have already created the workbook that you are going to collaborate with, I want you to go to our general channel now. Can you access or can you see the emotion check tab that I have created inside general channel? Can I have a yes, yes, yes?
We can see it po, but we don't have access. I mean, I don't have
Yes,
access.
yes, yes.
Oh, you don't have access. How about the others? Can
Same
you?
here. Access.
Oh,
Same.
No, I can't see it. I just use my Excel.
maybe because your status is are
Yes, yes.
guests.
I can
Can
see
you
it
can you
now.
yes? Can
I can see
you
it now.
yes? Can you click emotion check tab and start typing there by providing your name, address, and your answer to the question, how are you feeling right now? Let us check if by providing information there with just one workbook. Yes. How about the others? Can you access? So let's wait for the others to
No, no,
participate.
no.
No, no, no. Why? I think this is because your statuses are guests. Do you think so?
Yes, we are having a screen here saying request access. Once we click,
Request access.
yeah, once we click it, it says something's wrong.
Okay. So let us just have the alternative one. Others are here. We have Judilyn Dugan. Mm, who else? If you cannot access the Excel application, we can have it outside Teams as an alternative one. Okay, so let's try to sign in. I have already signed in my A1 account or the free account in office.com in our portal here. So my account is an A1 account. Let's check
Wait, nakita mo ko report? The end.
there, and then in my subscriptions,
Kapi lang ako aw.
yes, there it is an A1 account, meaning it is a free account. right? So if we go back to our portal at office.com and we sign in our free account, we can have there the free web applications like Outlook, OneDrive, up to Forms. So in here, we can also use these web applications for collaboration. So if we cannot do that inside Teams because we have conflict with the statuses, now we can do that here in our Excel using web application. So when I click Excel application, the Excel, and then click new blank workbook, and then I will use my A1 account. So I can already make a workbook here for me to share this with my students for collaboration. So let's try again this the same activity, like providing your name, your address, and your answer to the question, how are you feeling right now? Okay. And then after that, for me to share this workbook to my students or to my colleagues, I will click share and then share this to anyone with the link and allow them to edit. Okay, so anyone with the link and allow editing, and then apply and copy the link. There, I have already copied, and I am going to paste this in our meeting chat for you to automatically access the workbook that I have created. Can you see the link now in our meeting chat? Can I have a yes, yes, yes?
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so others are yes. You can click on the link and you will be directed to the workbook that I have created, and you can start collaborating by using the same workbook and provide your information there with your name, address, and how are you feeling right now. I will wait for you to uh, collaborate here. Thank you for participating. Okay, so while waiting for the other, click the raise hand button. Okay, so we already have 3 people in this workbook. We have Sir Vincent Z. Solidum from Bacolod City, and he is feeling good. Thank you, sir, for participating, Sir Vincent.
You're welcome, sir.
We also, yes, so we also have another, since we have 3 other people here. Please provide your information. Thank you. Are there questions? We have Ma'am Lauren Calsarin. What's your question, ma'am? Ma'am Lauren?
Basically, click the hands up button.
Ah, again, ma'am? You accidentally click.
Sorry,
Okay.
I accidentally clicked the The hands up
Okay.
buttons are for
You can just click again the hands up, raise your hand button to lower. Thank you. Some other, are there concerns before we continue with the next activity? And while waiting for the participation of other guests here, we have Sir JD Benjamin from Bacolod City still, and is feeling guapo. Yeah, that's the spirit, sir. Thank you for that very honest answer. Guapo ako. Thank you, sir. Some other answers? Yes, we are 6 in this workbook. Let's check our tab if others have access. No, yes, wala pa ring tao dito. Only Ma'am Judeline. Let's just go back to our web application. We already have Ma'am Lauren. Thank you, Ma'am Lauren. You're still from Bacolod City, and she is still typing for her feelings. And we have there feeling happy. So Ma'am Lauren is feeling happy. Yes, thank you, Ma'am Lauren, for the response. We still have another one who is still typing. Thank you for participating. Sir, Ma'am Romelin Treyes. And we also have Sir Ben Tabura. And they are still typing their answers from Bacolod City. Sir Ben is from Bacolod City still. And how are you feeling right now, Sir Ben? While Ma'am Romelin Treyes from Talisay City. Is this from Cebu? Or is there a Talisay City in Bacolod? Sorry, I'm not familiar.
No, in Negros Occidental.
Negros Occidental. So Talisay City in Negros Occidental. Thank you, ma'am. And they are still typing for their answers to a question. Feeling cold. So, is that because of the weather? I hope so. And Sir Ben is feeling ecstatic. Wow. Thank you, sir. Some other answers from our participants. Thank you. Ma'am Karina is feeling, oh, Ma'am Karina? Yes, feeling cold due to the weather. Haha. Yes, I guess so. Others can still type in their answers to the question. We have Ma'am Michelle still typing for her address. And we also have Ma'am Shelo Marie. Okay. Ma'am Michelle is also from Talisay. Okay. And she is feeling awesome. Ma'am Shelo Marie is feeling blessed. Wow. Feeling blessed. You all are feeling blessed. Yes. Ma'am Carmela Makiran. Okay. And we're still waiting for her answer. Another is feeling happy. Thank you, Shopee. Who's this? He or she is only answering the question. Please provide your name and address. Thank you. Ma'am Carmela is still typing. So that's it. This is an example of co-authoring or collaboration. With one workbook, you can collaborate with your colleagues. You can send them your link of the workbook that you want them to co-author with. Okay, we also have Ma'am Fatima Quadra. So that was her who is feeling happy and thankful for Shopee. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Ma'am Fatima. Who else? Who else not mentioned? Ma'am Sheila Marie, John. One more. Currently in this workbook, we are 11 people here. So last 1 minute to wait for your answers before we continue with the next activity. Ma'am Fatima Manlangit. Yes, shout out to you, Ma'am Fatima Manlangit. Is feeling yes, yes, yes. From Talisay City, Negros Occidental. And how are you feeling, Ma'am Fatima Manlangit? Ma'am Carmela is still typing her answer. I think it's a paragraph. Do you think so? Yes, Ma'am Fatima Manlangit is feeling great. Thank you, Ma'am Fatima. And who else? Okay, last one. We are waiting for Ma'am Carmela to finish typing so that we can continue with the next activity. So again, this is an example of co-authoring. Oh, Sir Marky is feeling hungry. Yeah, you can eat there, sir. You can have working snacks there. Yeah, it's very much okay to eat, especially if you're feeling hungry. Yes. And Ma'am Carmela is done with her answer, and she said, young, wild, and free. Wow. Thank you, Ma'am Carmela. Yes, so she's feeling young, wild, and free. Okay, that's it. So that's our first activity. Thank you for actively participating. We have again, shout out to Sir Vincent, Ma'am Carmela, Sir Ben, Sir JD, Ma'am Lauren, Ma'am Karina, Ma'am Romelin, Ma'am Shelo Marie, Sir Marky, Ma'am Fatima Quadra, and Ma'am Fatima Manlangi. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for actively participating our first activity. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's proceed to our next activity. So let me share again my PowerPoint presentation. We are done with this activity. And before we continue with the next activity, do you have any question? Let me check the raise hand button, or are there participants raising their hands? So since there is none, we can now proceed to the next activity. Okay, so our next activity, after creating our workbook for collaboration, this time we will create a source data using forms. Okay, now we are going to make a source data because this will be used for us to apply the second, third, and fourth features that I have mentioned a while ago. We have pivot table, pivot chart, and slicers. So before using those features of Excel 365, we have to make first a source data. Okay, so to create a source data using forms, we are going to incorporate this with forms, which is our topic a while ago with Ma'am Gwen. Now, we can easily make a source data out of it. Okay, so how to create a source data? First step is to create another workbook and attach it in another tab. So the same steps we did in our first activity. So we have to create another workbook and attach that in another tab. So in my example, I have attached the tab of my created workbook with the name results. Okay, now next step, after creating workbook and attaching that workbook into a tab there to magnify that, the second step is in the worksheet, go to insert tab. Okay, so in the worksheet that we have attached as tab, we have here the results tab, which is our worksheet. Now, once you click that tab, you'll be directed, or you will open the Excel application of the one that you have created. And in this Excel application, you go to Insert tab. Okay, Insert tab is the third tab there. Once you click Insert tab, under that tab, we have Forms. Okay, so Insert tab, and then third step is to click Forms. Okay, because we want to incorporate um, making source data using forms. Okay, so click Forms, and then under Forms, you have here drop-down list for you to select new form. Other selections or options are inactive because you have not created yet a forms or a form. Okay, so first to do is to click or select new form there. And once you select new form, you will be directed to a browser. Okay, any browser will do. So in my case, I have here the Google uh, Chrome, and then automatically it will be opened to my forms. Okay, especially if you have already signed in your account in Microsoft using office.com or in your portal. So you will be directed automatically to MS Forms for you to create your forms. Okay, so in my case here, as an example, now I have your survey on learning delivery modalities or LDM. And I have added here, I have asked my respondents to provide their name, division, year of teaching experience, and so on. And at the last part there, my respondent will select on his or her preferred learning delivery modality. Okay, so this will be a sort of survey. That is to create a form. Okay, for the fifth step. After creating your form or your survey, the sixth step is to go, you're going to go back to your worksheet. And when you have shared your link of the form and your respondents have already responded to the form, now if you go back to your worksheet there in the results tab, you will see there real-time responses of the ones with the link of your form. Okay, that will be a real-time and update or a change worksheet based on the responses of those people with the link of your form. Okay, and a source data is already created. Yes, those responses there in your worksheet are already your source data, and this will now be used for us to use or to apply those three features. We have the pivot table, pivot chart, and the slicers. So later, you will know the function of these three once we have used our actual source data. Okay? Now, you can also create a tab for the survey form as another tip for your members in the team or your students can easily access your survey. Okay? Your forms. So you can also attach that as a tab. And let us have our demonstration. Okay? Am I too fast with the walkthrough or is it okay? Can I have a yes, yes, yes or no, no, no? Am I too fast?
Yes, yes. No, no,
Yes, yes,
no.
yes.
Yes, yes.
No, no, no.
Okay, okay. No,
Yes.
it's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
okay.
Thank you. Thank you for the response, ma'am and sir. Okay, so we will now proceed to the demonstration. Okay, so let us have another split screen here. And we will select Teams application. And then let's have the steps. So first step in creating a source data is to create another Excel workbook and attach that as a tab. So from this Teams application, let's go back to general channel in this virtual class of Colegio San Agustin Bacolod. And then again, the same with the steps in activity 1, we will click Files tab to create another Excel workbook. Select New or click New and select Excel workbook. And we will name this as Results. Okay? And then click Create for you to create an Excel workbook. After that, you can close this workbook for you to add a tab. Okay, thank you for, bless you, ma'am. Thank you for muting your mic. And we will add a tab for Excel and name this tab. Yes, that's okay. No worries. Okay, so this time we will type a tab name, say for example, results there. And then we will check, wait. Here is the results. We are in the general channel. We have already results. Add a tab. Select Excel. You can't get your files, maybe because of my poor internet connection. Okay, so you can add a tab there, but since because of my poor internet connection, we cannot get my files, my created workbook. Anyway, you can try that also, and you cannot also access my added tab because of your status as guests. So we can just do this outside Teams, okay, as an alternative way. So you can go back to our portal, or you have your Excel as in our web application, and we can make another new blank workbook for you to have access, and you can participate to the second activity. And from this web application, you can go to Insert. Okay, that is our second step, I think. Let's check. So second step is in the worksheet, go to Insert tab. So we are now in Insert tab in my worksheet. And for the third step, click Forms. So you have your forms, in a drop-down list will appear for you to select number 4, New Form. Okay, so step number 4 is select New Form. So I will select New Form. There I am directed to Microsoft Online for me to select my account. I will select my A1 account. And I am now here in MS Forms for me to create my survey. Okay, so I will name this as Survey for Learning Delivery Modalities. Okay, and then I will add an item for you to provide your information. Let's say your name. Next item, we are going to have your major subject handled. If you have more than one subject handled, you can just choose one. Okay? Or you can base it from your major. Okay, so let's have this item, major subject handled. There, and then another item for level. Oh, wait, I am going to make this multiple choice. Okay, so the third item is level. So what level are you teaching? Let's say you are teaching elementary. Others are teaching junior high school. Let's add another option for senior high school. And last option for college. Okay, so that is for the level. Fourth item for this survey is about years of service. So you can have multiple choice. And let's say years of service. First option is 0 to 5 years. Second option, 6 to 10 years. Magkaalaman na. 11 to 15 years. Next is 16 to 20 years. Are there still teachers here with 16 to 20 years of service? And we can have another one, 21
Yes.
to 25. Yes, wow.
Yes.
32 years.
32. Wow. Congratulations, wow. 32 years. That's amazing. 26 to 30 years. And lastly, because there is 32 years of service, let's have 31 to 35 years. Okay, there. So you have already added an item for years of service. Let's have another item for the last one, which is what the survey is all about. We are going to have preferred learning delivery modality. So let's check if you prefer a specific learning modality. So let's have preferred learning delivery modality. And for the first option, we can have face-to-face learning. Second option, distance learning. Distance learning is online, and you can have also modular, right? If I'm not mistaken. And we also have blended online and face-to-face. Next is homeschooling. If our parents are they are, what do you call that? They pass the requirement to have homeschooling, right? And we also have apprenticeship for senior high school and college. Apprenticeship. There. Okay, so once the 5 items for this survey is already added, it is automatically saved. And this time, we will share this to anyone with this link. They can respond with this link. Okay, so I will copy the link and paste this to our meeting chat for you to respond the survey with the survey. There, can you see the link? Can I have a yes, yes, yes?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so you can click on that link and respond to our quick survey about LDM. Thank you so much, sir and ma'am. And this time, while waiting for your responses, we can go to our web application that we have created a while ago, which is outside Teams, because we cannot access our files in Teams. So there, automatically, the headings are already created from or based from the items that I have created in MS Forms. And aside from the items that I have created, it also automatically creates ID, start time, completion time, email, name. So you have your name too for the name that I have created, the item that I have created there. Major subject handled. And then a question there is from the deleted item. We can also delete this. Level. Okay, your level, okay, so let's just leave that one. The level and then years of service and the preferred learning delivery modality. So if you may notice, from the workbook, now it is changing, right? Real-time changes, or it is updating based on the responses that you have made from our forms, from the link that I have shared. So we already have responses from Sir Vincent. Wow, Sir Vincent Solidum is our first honors. Yes, and he is handling human anatomy and physiology. Wow. Are you also a biology major, sir, just like me?
I'm teaching from the nursing department.
Ah, okay. Wow. Idol. Thank you, sir. Now, Sir J.D. Benjamin or Benamin is handling math. Ma'am Gwendolyn Templado is also participating, and she is handling TLE. Yes, 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 Ma'am Gwen. Or is this someone
Yes,
else?
yes.
Yes. And we also have Sir Mark Yaong handling science. And we have the choices or their choice of LDM. Ma'am Karina Piminea is handling English for academic and professional purposes. And she is from senior high school department. So most of the respondents here are with 0 to 5 years of service. We have Ma'am Gwendolyn having 6 to 10 years. Wow, Ma'am Gwen. We also have Ma'am Lauren Calsarin, teaching earth and life science, just like me. Biology, maternal and child nursing. Sir Ben Tabura is handling empowerment technologies. I'm also handling e-tech. And we also have Ma'am Janine Cordero teaching MAPE. You have Ma'am Neline Luzada teaching math. Ma'am Angela Gamboa is handling ESP with CLF in grade school. Sir Kent Seco, shout out to Sir Kent, who will present tomorrow with PowerPoint. And he is handling media and information literacy, just like me. Ma'am Fatima Manlangit is handling Filipino. Sir Jobert Concepcion, the same with Ma'am Fatima. Ma'am Kellen May Agriam, teaching MAPE. Ma'am Shelo Marie Saison, teaching TLE. Ma'am Romelyn Treyes is teaching English 8 and 9. And we also have Ma'am Michelle Calago teaching math. And there, at the last column, they are with their corresponding choice of LDM or modality. And humahabol si Ma'am Judeline Dugan teaching English 8. Okay? Some other responses from our participants. By the way, thank you for actively participating. We already have 19. Is it correct? Yes, we have already 19 or 18 responses from the forms that we have created or from the survey that I have shared to you. Some other responses before we close this survey for us to use this as a source of data, source data. Okay? No more responses. Okay, so I guess we can now close this survey. How to close this survey so that we cannot accept responses anymore. Let's go back to MS Forms and click the ellipsis there and select settings. Okay, so their responses are 18. You can select settings and you uncheck accept responses. Once you uncheck accept responses, recipients aren't able to fill out and submit this form. So meaning to say, the survey is already closed. Okay, so we already have 18 responses only to be used as our source data. Okay, so you can no longer respond to our survey because this time, this data here will be used as our source data. Okay, so our source data is now created. Okay, so this is our source data. So let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation to continue with the steps on applying or using the other three features of Excel 365. We have pivot table, pivot chart, and slicers. Okay, so before we continue, are there questions? Let's check the participants. There are no participants raising their hand, so we can now proceed to the next. Since we are done creating our source data and there are no questions, this time we will add pivot table, pivot chart, and slicers. Okay, so how to do that? We have 11 steps to do this part here, to add these three features of Excel 365. The first one is in our source data, the one that we have created a while ago. Now, we will go to Home tab. Okay, so first step is to go to Home tab. Next is click Ideas. Okay, so we have here an icon, lightning icon, lightning icon, which is what we call as Ideas, and you click that. Now, by the way, the lightning icon or Ideas is only available for premium accounts. Okay, they are not. This function is not available in free account. So, but there is an alternative way to cope up with this feature. Okay, if you are using a free account. Later during the demonstration, I will do that. So, if you have a premium account, the second step is to click Ideas. And once you click that, now an Ideas preview pane at the right side of your workbook will appear. And there, in this Ideas preview, you can click Insert Pivot Table, which is one of the suggestion of the Ideas preview. So it is here. So you can click on that, Insert Pivot Table, for the workbook to analyze your source data and present that into a table of analysis. Okay, analyzing your source data. Or another suggestion from the Ideas preview, you can click Insert Pivot Chart, and that is here. The second suggestion of Ideas is to insert pivot chart. So you can also analyze your source data by presenting a chart. Okay, so those are suggestions from the Ideas preview that you can do for you to analyze your source data in just a click. Okay, so you don't have to memorize, to type in formulas, complicated formulas for you to analyze your data. You can just click on the Ideas, okay, for you to analyze your source data into a table of analysis. Or you can analyze the data of your source and present that into a chart. Okay, as simple as that and as automatic as that. Okay, so that is the third step. So once you have clicked the two, you have insert table and insert pivot chart. Now this will appear in another sheet. Okay, so you have here the first one, the pivot table. So this is the appearance of the pivot table once you have inserted one. And when you say pivot table, it is a powerful tool to calculate, summarize, and analyze data that lets you see comparisons, patterns, and trends in your data. Okay, so you can manipulate that, you can customize how you can analyze your source data in different ways. We will do that. I am going to show you how to manipulate your pivot table in analyzing your source data in different ways later during the demonstration. Okay, so this pivot table is very easy to use. It is just simple drag and drop of items and no complex formulas needed. You don't have to use count if, conditional, what we call that, formatting. You don't have to do that. Excel is now as easy as simple click, drag, and drop. And once you do that, you can automatically analyze data. That's how Excel 365 is now updating. Okay. Now another, aside from pivot table, if you have inserted pivot chart from the ideas preview, so this is the appearance of the pivot chart. Okay, and pivot charts are like regular charts. Okay, just like my example, this is a bar graph, I think, bar graph, and then except that they display data from pivot chart. So meaning your pivot chart is connected to your pivot table. Okay, so once you manipulate your pivot table and change the analysis of your data there, automatically your pivot chart will analyze those data from your pivot table into a chart. Okay, so later during the demonstration, I will let you see the function of this pivot chart, the function of these features. Okay, so again, as I have said, we are actually in another sheet. Okay, so the first sheet there, if you are going to lower our screen, now the form there, the form tab there, sheet tab, is where our source data is located. Okay, the one with the real-time changes of the responses from the forms. Okay, and then the second sheet tab is where you can locate your pivot table after clicking insert pivot table in the ideas preview. While the third sheet tab is where your pivot table and pivot chart will appear. Okay, so that you will not be bombarded with so much data if all those inserted features are just in one sheet tab. So they are separated into sheets. So the one that we are going to use is the third sheet tab, which is idea 2, where our pivot table and pivot chart will appear. Okay, the one that I have shown a while ago, this one, with the pivot table and the pivot chart. This is actually in the sheet tab named idea 2. Okay, so that's it, so that you will not be confused with the tabs, the sheet tabs. Now this time we will proceed to the fourth step, and the fourth step is to go to ellipsis. Why do you have to go to ellipsis? Now we have to click ellipsis because we have to click download. Okay, you have to download this workbook because the fourth feature that I have mentioned a while ago, which is slicers, is only available in our desktop application. Okay, there is no slicer button in the web application. So that is how we can compare the desktop application and the web application. So limited, there are only limited features in web application, but if you want the complete features of Excel 365, that will be by using our desktop application. So to use slicers as our fourth feature in Excel 365, we have to download this workbook. Okay, so from the ellipsis, we will select download. And for the sixth step, we are already opening our downloaded file. So as you may notice, we are now here in our desktop application. Okay, the one that you have installed in your laptop, in your computers, okay, in your device. So we are now opening the downloaded file, and still we have our um, pivot table and our pivot chart. Okay, so the seventh step is to click any cell in the pivot table to make it active and for us to see Analyze tab at the top. Okay, so if you will not click any cell in the pivot table, there will be no Analyze tab at the top. So that is why the seventh step is very important for us to proceed to the step to the eighth step. Okay, so click any cell in the pivot table and go to Analyze tab that is at the top. Okay, next to Acrobat. And then after that, ninth step is to click Insert Slicer. So meaning to say, our slicer function, our slicer button is under Analyze tab. Okay, so click Insert Slicer. That is there. Um, it is one of the functions there with the filter group. We have Insert Slicer. After clicking Insert Slicer, now a dialog box will appear. That is a dialog box of Insert Slicer for us to proceed to the 10th step, which is to select an item from the source data. So if you may notice here, the items are actually the headings of our source data. We have ID, start time, completion time, email, name. You have your years of service, preferred learning delivery modality. So automatically, the desktop application will detect on the headings of your source data for you to select an item to further filter your pivot table. Okay, so you select an item from the slicer and then click OK as the last step. Okay, so you click OK and automatically a slicer there, this one here in blue border is our slicer. Okay, since we have selected years of teaching or years of service, so the items there to be selected are the ones, the options of years of service. We have 11 years and so on. Below 1 year to 5 years there. So that is the slicer. During the demo, so since we are already done with the walkthrough, now during the demonstration, I will show you how these three features will be manipulated and how this function. Okay, so the fourth feature that I have mentioned is slicers, and to define this, slicers are basically just filters. Okay, but they are easier and faster to use. Okay, if you're going to compare that with the filters area in the pivot table. Okay, and finally, a pivot table, pivot chart, and slicers are added. Okay, so we have here the pivot table, the pivot chart, and one in blue is the slicer. This time we will have the steps for our demonstration. Am I too fast? Can I have a no, no, no? Yes, yes, yes. Am I still here?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Fritz.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the response. Just to check if I am still here. Okay, so let's continue with the demonstration by adding pivot table, pivot chart, and slicer using our source data. This one here, the one that we have created for you to, for us to see real-time responses from the forms or the survey that we have created a while ago. So this data here will serve as our source data. Now, first to add a pivot table, again, let me just present the steps. First is in our source data, this one here, go to Home tab. Okay, that is the first step. So you will go to Home tab. Next is click Ideas. Let's check if I have Ideas here. Ideas button. Yes, I have Ideas button. And you also check on your web application if you have Ideas application, button there. And you click that. You click Ideas button to check for the suggestions given by our web application, the Excel web application. You have here, insert pivot table. Okay, so you will click this to analyze our source data. There, automatically it analyzes the source data that we have. And then another suggestion here is to insert pivot chart. So you have an example here, and you also have another one here, and another. They can show all 12 results. Okay, so you can choose this one. We have here this pivot table. We will click insert pivot chart there. So you have already inserted a pivot table and a pivot chart using the suggestions from the Ideas button. Okay, so let's click our our pivot chart, pivot table. So once we click on pivot table, if you may notice here at the right side, there is a pivot table fields. Okay, so we have there, let me just magnify this or zoom in there. So you have pivot table fields. You have ID, start time, completion time, and these are the headings from our source data. So what are we going to do with this pivot table fields pane? So at the bottom part, there are areas like filters, columns, rows, and values. So you can customize your pivot table as to how you can analyze your source data. So you can filter your data by level. Okay, so that is why there at the top it is being filtered to elementary. Okay, in this part here, this is actually the area of filter. So you can choose from this cell if you want to filter the data from your source, like you filter it into junior high school. Okay, you want only the data from junior high school to be reflected in your pivot table. So you click OK. So this data here presented in our pivot table are only those data from the responses from the junior high school. We have, if we are using years of service as our row label, so meaning to say in junior high school we only have 2 teachers with 0.5 years, 0 to 5 years. You only have 1 teacher in junior high school with 31 to 35 years. You also have 1 junior high school teacher with 11 to 15 years of service. So all in all, we have 4 respondents from the junior high school, from the survey that we have conducted a while ago. Okay, we can also customize our row label. So instead of years of service, we can uncheck this and let's try preferred learning delivery modality. We will just click and drag and drop that in the rows area. Automatically, it will be added as our row labels. So in junior high school, we have 2 teachers voting for or choosing, or they prefer blended learning. while another two choose or chose this distance learning. Okay, so there are four, again, four responses from junior high school. We can also filter that to college. Let's try college. We will check college and uncheck junior high school and click OK. So there is only one who responded in college level, and he or she prefers blended learning. Okay, that's it. If you may notice in our pivot chart, it will automatically present, okay, the data that is presented in the pivot table. That is how powerful the two features are. Okay, let's try to filter the source, our data using the pivot table, and we will filter it to elementary. Okay, we can also select multiple levels, multiple filters. Okay, so you will check elementary, and there are 8 respondents from the survey that we have conducted. We have 8 teachers from the elementary. 4 of them preferred blended learning, while another 4 prefer distance learning. Okay, that is how you analyze your source data a while ago. And lastly, if you are going to um, filter the data for senior high school, we only have 5 respondents in the senior high school. 3 of them preferred blended learning, 1 preferred distance learning, and another one preferred face-to-face learning. And automatically in our pivot chart, it presents the data visually, okay, or through a chart. Okay, that's how we analyze data using pivot table and pivot chart. Now this time, we will use another feature for filtering also. As I have said, we have the slicer, which is not available in the web application, but only in the desktop application. So we have to download this file. So you can go to save us and then download a copy. You can download a copy here. So we have book 1. Let's put this, for example, in the desktop. Let's name this as LDM results and save. Okay, so that is already downloaded, and we have to open that in a desktop application. Let's wait for the application to open and enable editing. There, I am already using my desktop application. For sheet 1, it is blank. Form 1, that is your source data. Idea 2 is the pivot table only. And the one that we are going to use, idea 2, with pivot table and the pivot chart. So this time, we will add a slicer to further filter the data in the pivot table, okay, and to easily filter those data. So what are we going to do? First is to make the pivot table active by clicking any cell in the pivot table, and once you click that, Analyze tab at the top will appear. So once you click Analyze tab, under that tab is Insert Slicer. Okay? So once you click Insert Slicer, a dialog box of Insert Slicer will appear for you to select an item to further analyze or filter your data in the pivot table. Say, for example, we will check years of service. Okay, years of service. Then click OK. So there I have inserted my slicer. Let's just make this more presentable by arranging them linearly. We have here the pivot table, our slicer, and our pivot chart. Okay, so how are we going to manipulate our slicer? So first, we have to select any item in the slicer. So say for example, we will select um, 11, 11 to 15 years. So I have selected 11 to 15 years, and our pivot table is filtered to senior high school. So since there is no respondent for senior high school with 11 to 15 years, so there is no data there. Okay, presented in our pivot table, no data presented in our pivot chart. So wala. Next is we are going to select 0 to 5 years. So there are 5. Okay, so 5 of our senior high school teachers responding to our survey have 0 to 5 years service. Okay, and their corresponding preferred learning delivery modality presented in a pivot chart. Okay, let's try to check 16 to 20 years. There is none. 31 to 35, nothing. 6 to 10, wala rin. Okay? So, let's try to filter the pivot table into elementary. Let's try elementary. And then click OK. So, there are 2 teachers in elementary with 6 to 10 years. Let's try to select 0 to 5 years. There are 4. Okay? 4 elementary teachers. How about 16 to 20 years? There is only 1. Okay? For 31 to 35 years, there is also 1. 6 to 10 years, there are 2 elementary teachers. And 11 to 15 years, no respondents with 11 to 15 years. Okay, so that is how you manipulate your slicer. So we can also select all. Okay, so aside from selecting levels or items there for your filter, you can also select all so that you will check. You can check on overall respondents. For all the respondents with 11 to 15 years, there is only 1. For respondents with 0 to 5 years, there are 12. Okay, this is for all levels. Okay, from elementary to college. How about 16 to 20? There's only 1. 31 to 35, there are 2 teachers. And with 6 to 10 years, there are also 2 respondents. Okay, so that is how you manipulate the slicer, your pivot table, and the automatic visual presentation of the pivot chart. So is it amazing? Can I have a yes, yes, yes?
Yes, yes, yes. Sir,
Yes.
I think there's a problem with your sharing of desktop.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
I think your video has freeze.
Oh, really? How about the others?
Yes.
I
Can
don't
I
know. Maybe on my
check
own
on the
end.
others?
Yes, freeze.
Yes,
Freeze.
You're
Oh,
frozen,
okay.
sir.
So maybe
Please.
because of my internet connection, I think. So please, sorry for the poor internet connection. Maybe because of that. But have you followed on the demonstration through my voice only, right?
Yes, through your voice, sir. I think we
Sorry
missed
for
the
that.
last 2 minutes.
Last 2 minutes. Where can I go back? Uh, how about adding slicer? Can I go back to adding slicer?
Yes, you were on the slicer part.
Okay. So how about now? Is it now in real time? Is my screen in real time now? I
Still no, sir.
Yes, we already
Still,
have pivot table, our slicer, and our pivot chart. Can you see the 3?
your sharing of desktops are still laggy.
Laggy. Yeah, sorry for that, sir. I guess that is because of our internet connection, and we don't have, we cannot control that. Sorry for the poor internet connection. How about now?
Um, you're not
sir.
sharing PowerPoint presentation, sir. You can. It's not showing on the screen.
My screen is actually in the desktop application of Excel, and I am presenting the three features that I have added in my desktop application of Excel. We have the pivot table, the slicer, and the pivot chart. Are we of the same screen?
No,
Sir
sir.
Fritz,
No.
Sir Fritz,
No?
kindly
Yes,
stop
ma'am.
presenting, sir. I think somebody is presenting.
Ah, really? Wait, I'll check the Teams. Yeah, I'll grab the screen first. There. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes,
Well,
yes.
somebody is
Yes,
sharing
yes.
his or her own screen. That's why
Yes, yes, yes.
you cannot view my
Yes.
screen. So again, I am now here in my desktop application of Excel 365. Okay, and we have here our pivot table, our slicer, and pivot chart, analyzing the data in our source, which is the responses from the survey that we have conducted a while ago. Okay, so I am here in the idea to apply the functions of the three features. So if I may go back to the last 2 minutes of my presentation, is I guess with the addition adding a slicer, if I may delete that again to go back to the steps. So first step is to select any cell in the pivot table to make the Analyze tab appear at the top. At the top, yes. And then click Analyze tab for you to insert slicer in the filter group. There is what we call as insert slicer. You click that, and a dialog box of insert slicers will appear for you to select an item to further filter the data in your pivot table. So say for example, years of service, you select that or check that and click OK. So automatically, our slicer will present the options of the years of service. We have 0 to 5 up to 6 to 10 years. Okay, so that you can click or manipulate on the slicer and further filter the data in our pivot table. So we have filtered our pivot table, our data in the pivot table into all levels. Okay, let's filter furthermore the data using a slicer. Say, for example, we will select 0 to 5 years. So meaning our respondents, all our respondents in all levels, we have 12 of them, 12 out of the respondents have 0 to 5 years of service. Okay? And based on the pivot table, these are their corresponding preferred learning delivery modalities. Okay? 8 of them chose blended, 3 of them chose distance, and 1 of them chose face-to-face learning. So 12, again, 12 respondents with 0 to 5 years of service have this corresponding preferred learning delivery modalities. Okay, so you can also manipulate again our slicer by selecting another specific year of service or range of years of service. You can select on 11 to 15 years, and to check on that, in all levels, we only have one, okay, one respondent with 11 years or 11 to 15 years of service. And he or she preferred distance learning, okay? And then we can also select another item from the slicer. Let's say 16 to 20 years of service. We also have one, and still he or she preferred distance learning. How about 31 to 35 years of service? So we have 2 respondents with 31 to 35 years of service, one preferred blended learning, and another one preferred distance learning. Okay? Now, for respondents with 6 to 10 years, there are also two. Okay, so we have this corresponding preferred learning delivery modality. Okay, and automatically, if you may notice, the pivot chart will automatically present the data as you manipulate your pivot table and your slicer. It will automatically present the data available in your pivot table. That is how you manipulate the two features. Again, we have pivot table, slicer, and pivot chart. Do you have any question? Let's check the raise hand button or the participants. There's none. Okay, so I guess we can now proceed. Okay, so that's it. That's a demonstration on how to add a pivot chart, slicer, and a pivot table. So if we go back to my presentation, and there are no questions already. Now, we have here a tip for us teachers. So aside from analyzing a survey, the responses of a survey, for teachers, we can also use our raw grades from the students, okay, from the computed grades from students. So from this raw scores, or we have here grades of students, now we can use that as our source data, and we can convert that into a dashboard, okay? Having this pivot table here, okay, where grades are already reflected from filtering a specific student with his grades from different subjects and from different quarters. You also have final grade there and average at the bottom. So you can also do that using pivot table, okay, having your grades as a source data. And you can also add a slicer to further filter the data in your source, in your pivot table, by filtering further in by subject. Okay, kind of there different subjects there. Once you click that, it will only view the specific the grades of that specific subject, and automatically it will be visually presented into a chart. Okay, because once this will be presented to the parents, now it is more effective to for them to analyze the performance of their students because it is visually represented, okay, other than just numerical, right? So you can also do that with the grades of your students by having this dashboard and making this as their grade slip. Okay, so you can key in Control P with the dashboard for you to print the dashboard and distribute that to the parents as the grade slip. Okay, for them to have a copy of the grades of their students. Okay, so that is another tip in applying the three features of Excel 365. Now, other features to explore, since we don't have much time, it is already 4:32 in the afternoon. Now, there are other features you can try to explore by your own. Okay, we have here speak cells. Okay, so the speak cells or speak cells command is used to convert text to speech in Excel. Okay, I don't know if you also have reading of forms in private schools, because in public we have this what we call as reading of forms, wherein we read one by one the grades of the students for us to confirm that it is reflected with other forms. So with this command, the speak cells command, we no longer we don't have to read read manually the grades of students. We can let Excel application to do the task, okay, by converting text to speech in Excel. Okay, so you can click on any cell in the pivot table. Say, for example, in this dashboard here, you can click on AP, and then the speaking will go on once you click search. This is a shortcut. There is actually another process of looking through the speak cells command, but for us to have a shortcut, you can make use of the search button there, or what we call as the tell me tab. Okay, at the top there's what we call a search tab or tell me tab, and type in there speak cells. Okay, once you type in speak cells and press enter, so automatically the one that you have clicked, the specific cell that you have clicked there, so automatically the Excel application will start to speak on the data presented in the table, in the pivot table. Okay, so we can have a demonstration for that. Let's try a demonstration. Let's say this one. I will click. Can you still see my screen? I am here in my desktop application. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So I
Yes,
have
yes,
clicked
yes.
yes, thank you. So I have clicked a specific cell in the pivot table. We have Filipino, and then thank you for muting your mic. Now at the search tab or tell me tab, I will type in speak cells. Okay, so automatically it will suggest the command that is already available, and you click that. I don't know if I am sharing my audio. Let's check. If I am going to click this,
No audio, sir.
no audio.
Wala po.
There's no
Okay.
audio.
Okay, so I'll share my screen again with audio. Sorry for that. Okay, there. Let's try again. I'll click Filipino, and then in the search tab, I will type speak cells, which is already available there. Then when you click speak cells,
Filipino. 80. 83. 78. 79. 80. English. 86. 95. 90. 91.
and then
91.
click any cell in the worksheet for you to stop the speaking. Can you have you heard the speaking? Have you?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
So I have,
yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
yes,
thank you.
yes. Yes, yes, yes.
yes,
That's
yes, yo.
that's the power of speak cells. Okay. Now another feature for you to explore aside from speak cells, you also have data from picture. Okay. So data from picture is another function which can turn your picture into an Excel table. Okay, meaning you can convert your hard copy into a soft copy. Okay, but data from picture is currently only available for Excel for Microsoft 365 for Mac, Excel for iPhone, Excel for Android tablets, Excel for Android phones. So I guess we have our iPhones and Android phones with us. So you can also do this. Yeah. So data from picture. So how to do this? So of course, at first you have to install first the mobile app of Excel 365. You can just search on App Store or Play Store for the mobile app of Excel 365. And once you have installed the mobile application, you can open that. And once you have opened a worksheet, at the bottom part, there is an icon, what we call as data from picture. Okay? So at the bottom, there is what we call as data from picture. You can tap on that. After tapping, now it will automatically connect with your camera. So it will ask permission to allow the application to use your camera. And once is permitted, you can take picture of your hard copy with a table or any data that you have in a hard copy, and take a picture of that. Okay? After taking a picture, you can crop it so that it will only focus on the data that you are going to convert. After cropping, so it will automatically convert the data that you have cropped from the hard copy into an Excel file. So you can tap edit to make changes. So there is an edit button at the bottom part. You can edit on those data which are not properly read by the application. Okay, now after editing and you are done and finally corrected the data, you can now tap insert to finish. Okay, so insert is at the top. Okay, you can tap on that, and that's it. The hard copy, the data from the hard copy is now converted into soft copy using an Excel file. Okay, and then to edit this using your laptop, you can save this in your OneDrive. Okay, and open the file of your OneDrive using your laptop so that you can edit using your laptop. Okay, so that is how you convert data from picture into Excel file. So you can try on that later after this session. And the last part is Help tab. Okay, so Help tab is available at the top next to View. And once you click Help tab, there are trainings there that you can check on the trainings and what's new or what's the updates on the features of Excel 365, because Microsoft is uh, continuously updating the application since Microsoft or this Office 365 is a subscription to make the most of our time. They are currently updating the features of Excel 365. So you can check on updates through Help tab. And then for trainings, you can take a tour. You can click on formula tutorials, make your first pivot table, get more output. Get more out of pivot table. So all of those steps that I have shared a while ago are just available in the Help tab. So you can click on those trainings for more updates. Okay, so that is with regards to the Help tab. Any question? Questions? Let's check the participants if they have raised their hands. None so far. Can I have a yes, yes, yes if you have learned and enjoyed learning with my session?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you for the response. And since there are no questions, now let me end my session and let me leave you with this quote from Eric Rice. And he said, a pivot is a change in strategy without a change in vision. So we are bombarded with so much strategies now on how to deliver our lessons with our students. We can have different modalities, but we should not forget our vision, which is, or our goal as teachers, which is to provide quality learning or quality education to our students. So with this, thank you so much for listening, and keep safe and God bless. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you, sir. God bless.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you and God bless. Keep safe, everyone. Back to you, Ma'am Juday.
Yes, sir, Fritz. Thank you so much. Before we will end our day session, let me give to you our from one of the senior high school faculty of Colegio San Agustin Bacolod. Thank you for muting your microphone. Okay, let's hear from Sir Ben Brian Tabura for his impressions. Sir Ben, Brian, Sir Ben. Sir Ben?
Yes. Can you hear me? All right. For my impression for what have transpired for this webinar so far is that Microsoft Office 365 is a valuable tool for us to deliver methods of teaching since it improves communication, productivity, teamwork by integrating all forms of collaboration into a unified platform, especially now that we are in the midst of this pandemic. That's all.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, Ma'am Donna, meron pa po tayong mga further instructions po, ma'am? Hello po. I think it's okay to turn on your cameras. Baka okay na po yung update ng Teams. Everyone, let's turn on our cameras while waiting for Ma'am Donna. Baka meron pa po tayong mga further instructions or announcement. Sir Donald?
Yes, hi, Ma'am Juday. Good afternoon po. I would like to congratulate all of our speakers this afternoon. Of course, our powerful team, Sir Fritz and Ma'am Gwenny for the Microsoft Forms and of course the Microsoft Excel. And we also have the OneNote from Dr. Rubilin Pastrano. So congratulations. Let's give them a big round of applause. Yes, and of course, I would also like to congratulate all of our participants who have stayed this long. I would like to invite you again for tomorrow at exactly 9 o'clock because we will be sharing how are you going to redeem your Microsoft budgets and how to